He is an Academy Award-winning actor and director, an international heartthrob and global campaigner, and part of one of the most glamorous and influential couples in the world.
Yes, we are, of course, talking about George Clooney, and he and his wife, Amal, set up the Clooney Foundation. George joins us now from Edinburgh. A very good morning to you. Thanks so much for talking to us this morning. And you must be thrilled with the amount of money that you've been given for the foundation. How much difference will this make to the work you do?
It's going to make a huge amount of difference. First of all, good morning, and it's good to see you. And I don't know how you get up so early in the morning every day. It's not easy. It's going to make a huge difference. What we're doing at the Clooney Foundation, we have a few things we're working on, but one of the things we're doing that's important is that a lot of governments now are using trials and courts to create and to commit crimes. It used to be that they would just commit crimes, and now they try to have this legitimacy out of sort of sham trials. And part of what we're doing with this is to finance monitors to be able to go into these trials. So if there's a trial about someone who's gay in Uganda, that we're able to send monitors in who we have an app that they can they can keep track of, and we can eventually create a list and basically a justice index of the countries that are handling their court cases in the most fair way. It's been a really important piece of that seems to be missing in a little bit of the justice world, and it's something that Amal and I've been paying attention to for a long time.
How is she, by the way?
She's doing fine. She's, you know, apparently she's a very busy barrister right now. She's got a lot of interesting cases. She has the two journalists that are in Myanmar she's representing right now, the two Reuters journalists. So she's busy. And so I couldn't be more proud of my wife. We have a very, it makes for interesting dinner conversations.
I bet when talking of dinner, you had a rather posh one, didn't you, this week at Buckingham Palace with Prince Charles and Camilla. How did that go? Do they love having, I guess, another American around?
Yeah, that's right. There's more. We're invading. Charles got really crazy and started dancing on the tables, and I thought that was I was surprised to see that. But, other than that, it was a pretty subdued affair. I was surprised to see him. I didn't know he had such good dance moves. Tom Jones sang, Sir Tom Jones sang, which was fun, and it was actually a really great night.
It sounds like quite a night. And I know that they're not the only royals that you're friends with, of course. Harry and Meghan, you went to their wedding. I've
seen it when the press can turn on you for sort of ridiculous reasons and for almost nothing. And it seemed to me that it was it seemed to be a little unjust since she hadn't done anything except just happened to live her life. My father has been a member of the press. There's a lot of really good press, and it's really important. And then there's groups that take advantage, and groups that are now it's clickbait, and they're looking for ways to get attention. I don't think there's a day that goes by that doesn't have Amal and I divorced or fighting, or I think our twins are robbing banks at this point. So, you know, most of it you can just shrug off and not pay attention to, but sometimes it's unkind. I think it's unkind when you're taking people's parents and family life and putting that in the press. I think that's unfortunate. You know?
And how is she doing? Because we love her, by the way, whatever impression we get. We love her, especially on Good Morning Britain. And we want her to feel that everyone here, you know, loves her. Does she feel supported, do you think, Meghan? I hope so.
Oh, yeah, she's not a complainer. She's, you know, she takes everything in stride. Listen, you know, she was an actress long before this, and she's been in the public spotlight for a long time, and she's a grown-up and knows how to handle it. I'm
assuming Ella and Alexander aren't doing that, but how are they? Because I think we're kind of about to hit what we call the terrible twos. Have they been good?
Yes, the terrible twos are coming. I'm a little worried about that because they've been kind of great right now, and I know something bad's coming. I've taught my children to say really bad words, which I can't say on morning television. But I've also taught them when someone says, "Who taught you that?" to say, "Mommy taught me that," which has worked out very well.
Good tactic. How hands-on a dad are you? Are you the one that's kind of going through the sleepless nights, changing the diapers?
I will do. I do a lot of the sleepless nights. I put a bed out just outside their crib and sleep out there every once in a while when they have a rough night. I'm fairly good at changing the nappies because I figure it's practice for me in about 10 years when I'll have to change my own. Yeah, no, it's fun. You know, I'm 57, so I'm not young doing this, and I was. And it wasn't something that I'd really planned until I met this incredible woman, and it's a blast.
Oh, it is.
I imagine you're quite a fun dad. Are you the strict one? I'm the soft one, by the way. I'm useless.
Well, I'll tell you what I did. We had I was shooting in Italy. I was shooting a TV show in Italy, and I went and I got a nappy, and a new nappy, and I put Nutella in it, and I threw it in the trash can. And then I came in like, you know, an hour later, and there was an Italian housekeeper in this place that we were staying in, and I said, you know, Amal wants to know if Alexander went poop or pee-pee, poop or pee-pee. And she's like, what? I go, poop or pee-pee. She goes, what? And I opened up the trash can, and I pulled out the nappy with the Nutella in it, and I opened it up, and I went, poop or pee-pee. And she goes, and I went, and then I tasted it. No! And she screamed and ran out of the room. So I'm going to teach my kids a lot of good tricks.
Oh, we can imagine. It sounds like you're going to be quite a mischief maker.
Well, I mean, it's boring if you don't do some of that.
Can you see any traits in them so far? Is it going to be kind of veering towards the legal profession or the acting side?
I don't know. Ella likes to sing a lot, which I'm concerned with, because if you've heard either my wife or I sing, it's a terrible disaster. So I hope she doesn't think there's a future in that. And Alexander likes to get in the front seat of the car and pretend that he's driving. So maybe there's a little Lewis Hamilton in him somewhere. Who knows? And
you join us in a bit of a chaotic week, it has to be said, here in the UK, because, of course, it's all been about Brexit and just what's going to happen. Do you have a view on this? Are you worried about the impact of it?
Well, I'm, of course, worried about the impact of it. It does feel like you know, it does feel like it's been a sort of a tremendous mistake all the way along. But I'm interested to see, you know, we always have these situations where politics gets in the way of good sense, and you wonder where the good sense is when it's going to kick in. I'm pretty much an optimist, and I always believe that good sense eventually kicks in after all of the. You know, Winston Churchill said a great thing about the United States. He said that, you know, the U.S. will always do the right thing after they've exhausted every other possibility, and I think that might go hand in hand with what's going on here with Brexit as well.
Well, talking of sometimes politics getting away with good sense, you're not immune to that over in the US, are you? And there are people that are saying, wouldn't it be nice if George Clooney ran? Wouldn't it be nice if George Clooney came in? You know you've had this asked before. I think I've already heard your views on your current president. Would you imagine you can share them again? Because, of course, things don't seem to get any clearer, do they, in some senses? But would you ever run? No,
it looks like so much fun, doesn't it, being in politics? No, I don't think... politics isn't really the world I want to live in. You know, the thing about being in politics means that you have, particularly in American politics, because of the amount of money that it costs, you're always beholden to someone, and you always have to answer to a lot of people. And in the world of you know, advocacy, we can just sort of stand for the things we believe in and stand up for them and not have to worry about offending certain people. So I think the world that I'm in is a much, it's certainly more palatable to me than any world of politics. But I am anxious for the United States to sort of get on with correcting its ways and sort of fix some of the mistakes we've made. It's an interesting time in the world. We see an awful lot of autocrats going around, and I see a lot of things that that are worrisome. But again, I'm always very optimistic that those things can you know, they happen very quickly and they can change very quickly. So that's something I'm hoping for.
And seeing as I'm in the business seeing as I'm in the business of finding work for you, how about some acting work? What about you as James Bond? We've even mocked up what the poster would look like. I don't know if you can see it.
You do look the part.
Oh my God, you look good.
There we go.
You look good, George.
What do you make of that?
I think I look like James Bond's grandfather.
Oh,
you don't.
I'll tell you this though. Now, I have said this before, I'm going to say it 1,000 times. Idris Elba should be Bond, period. He's unbelievable, he's elegant, he's handsome, he's very, I mean, he should be Bond, and I'm shocked that people aren't, that they haven't just offered it to him right now. He's the guy to do it.
I'm with you. If it's not you, it's definitely got to be him.
Oh, well, listen, thank you so much for talking to us. We really appreciate you joining us. George Clooney, thank you.